What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Nash here. Welcome back to the channel, and holy fucking shit, I don't even know how to describe the Great American Bash. Honestly, I don't know how to describe it except holy fucking shit. Before we get into the results of none other than the Great American Bash, I want to let you guys know that we are still 10 subs away from 200 subs, from 200. All we need is 10 people to subscribe to the channel. We will have officially hit 200 subs, and the moment we get to 200 subs, you guys see it, a Korean Strike of Neos booster box. I'm going to open this up in its entirety on the channel, on the hopes to potentially pull this guy, Elemental Hero Air Neos, the so-called forbidden Yu-Gi-Oh card. Is it really forbidden? I'll let you guys be the judge of that. Now, if this channel gets to 500 subs, I'm going to open up this Korean LOB booster box in its entirety on the channel that I got from my partners over at Collector Store. So be sure to check them out. Link and address will be in the description below. By checking them out, not only does it support them, it also supports the channel, and I would greatly appreciate it. On the hopes of potentially pull a Blue Eyes White Dragon, a Dark Magician, a Red Eyes Black Dragon, a piece of Exodia. The possibilities are out there, you guys. However, if this channel gets to 1,000 subs, you guys see it. It is a first edition Toon Chaos box that I will open up in its entirety on the channel, that I also got from my partners over at Collector Store, on the hopes to potentially pull my second ever Collector's Rare. Because it wouldn't be the first time that I pulled a Collector's Rare. Because if you guys missed out on my Genesis Impact box opening from a few months ago, I pulled this. A Collector's Rare B-Cub from the Underworld. It is absolutely beautiful. I am planning on getting this graded at some point. Don't know when I'll get it graded, but I'm pretty sure that it might come back as a 10. So if you guys want to see those boxes get opened, maybe you guys want more episodes of WWE's Biggest Issue. Maybe you guys want more episodes of Yu-Gi-Oh's Biggest Issue, deck profiles, card discussions, WWE topic videos, or maybe, just maybe, you guys want some premium live event predictions and results. Well, if you guys want all of that and more, my channel is the place to be. So if you guys are new to the channel, and I know that a lot of you guys are, and if you haven't done so already, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, follow me on all of my social media. My ads will be in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail. It will also be in the description as well. And I want you guys to post in the comments below answering the question of the day, which is this. What would you consider to be the match of the year from the Great American Bash? Let me know down in the comments below, because woohoo! Pretty much every single one of these was like a banger. This was absolutely insane. And we kick off the Great American Bash with the kickoff show, as we saw Metaphor, which featured Oral Mensa, Lash Legend, Jakara Jackson, and the fake NXT Heritage Cup champion Noam Dar take on the team of Dragon Lee, Valentina Feroz, Ulissa Leon, and the one true Heritage Cup champion Nathan Frazer. This was actually a really good match. This was basically the match to kick off the entire card. This was literally I guess you could say the appetizer, if you will. This was a back and forth matchup. Absolutely insane, non-stop action, absolutely crazy. You cannot deny that this match was absolutely good, was really good. But the closing moments of the match, in a hellacious battle, Dragon Lee was able to pin Oral Mensa to win the kickoff, to win the match on the kickoff show for his team. Absolutely insane. You cannot go wrong with that. Which obviously that right there could potentially put him in line for a title match at some point. But as far as what title, obviously he has his eyes on the North American title, especially with what happened at Stand and Deliver. I have a feeling that Dragon Lee is gonna want to kick Dom's ass. But with that being said, the main card kicked off with a match for the NXT Tag Team titles as as Gallus and Mark Coffey of Wolfgang and Mark Coffey of Gallus defended the NXT Tag Team titles against the Family, Tony D'Angelo, and Channing Stacks Lorenzo. This was basically a match 3 months in the making. If you look back on what happened at Stand and Deliver, Stacks and D'Angelo were this close from becoming NXT tag team champions, and it was a triple. I think it was a triple threat. I believe that it was a triple threat, and it was indeed a triple threat that also involved the Creed brothers, who are no longer who are no longer in NXT, which is unfortunate. With that, Joe Coffey returned, and Gallows retained the NXT tag team titles. Tonight was basically the Family's redemption story, if you will. And did they win? Yeah, they did. Yes, indeed, they did. They ended up Tony D'Angelo pinned Wolfgang, as both him and Stacks hit Wolfgang with the move that they call Bada Bing to win the NXT Tag Team titles. This was basically them righting the wrongs of Stand and Deliver, and now they are champions, which is awesome. Absolutely awesome. Can't wait to see what they got, what they'll do, what they'll have in store for the NXT Tag Team division. But before we move on, before we continue, tomorrow's episode of WWE's Biggest Issue, I'm going to be doing a full in-depth review of the entire card, and what you guys are about to hear from me might just blow your minds. So get ready for that. So be sure to get ready for that, guys. It is going to be absolutely wild. But we now move on into, speaking of wild, Weapons Wild, as Blair Davenport went toe to toe with Texas's own Roxanne Perez in front of her mom and her little sister, which was just awesome. Blair pretty much had most of the match to herself. Back and forth, non-stop action. Chairs. There were chairs, cattle prods, cowbells. Which obviously a cowbell that would have made Dusty Rhodes hella proud. And trash cans, tables, and even some more chairs. But the closing moments of the match, Roxanne Perez was able to hit Blair Davenport with pop rocks onto a pile of chairs to win the match. But here's the thing. Just because Roxanne Perez won the match doesn't mean that she's going to win the war against Blair Davenport. Roxanne may have won, but it's far from over with Blair Davenport. But now we move on into a match that made no sense whatsoever. Baron Corbin, Gable Steveson. Here's what I find interesting. And if you listen to the crowd, they were cheering for Baron Corbin. So I'm assuming this means that we might see a face turn for Baron Corbin, which honestly I think would be cool. But I think he's more suited as a heel. But funny enough is that Gable Steveson became the villain in this match. But this match was a bit of a blowout because it kind of ended in a double countout, and they just started to beat the hell out of each other after that. Not much else to say about that at all, honestly. Not much. But we move on now into the triple threat match for the North American title between the champion Dominic Mysterio and of course the challengers Wesley and Mustafa Ali. This was basically everything we had expected out of this match. We knew that Rhea Ripley was gonna get involved, and she did. She got involved right around at the last few minutes of the match, as Rhea Ripley hit Wesley with a riptide. Wesley still kicked out, which was absolutely insane. the closing moments of the match, Ali hit Wesley with a 450. Rhea stops the cover by yanking Ali from out of the ring. That allowed Mysterio to hit Wesley with a frog splash to pick up the 1, the 2, the 3. Thus, Dominic Mysterio is still the NXT North American champion. I can't say I'm surprised. That's all I'm gonna say. Is I'm not surprised. That's all I am going to say. Except what the hell. Speaking of what the hell, we move on into a submission match for the NXT Women's title, and this was basically history made because this was actually the youngest championship match in all of WWE. Because if you think about it, if you really think about it, for those who don't know, Thea Hale is 19. Thea Hale is 19. Tiffany Stratton is 24. That makes this match, that literally makes this match the youngest match of all time. Like, there is not one group, one pair of superstars, male or female, that can top that could top this match. And I'm gonna be honest, I never would have imagined it. You know, I never would have imagined that this would be all I gotta say is that I never would have imagined it whatsoever. Except this was actually insane, absolutely insane. But obviously, we know a submission match, the only way to win is to make your opponent tap out. This was back and forth. This was absolutely insane. This was, like, probably one of the greatest matches we had seen in women's wrestling history in NXT. But obviously, Tiffany Stratton targeted Thea's back. Thea targeted Tiffany's arm, which obviously they both count. You know, it was basically counter after counter after counter. But the closing moments of the match will break your heart. Tiffany Stratton had the Boston Crab onto Thea Hale. Thea Hale came so close, like five or six times, to trying to get to the ropes on the hopes to potentially break the hold. But Andre Chase knew that it was not going to work out, so he threw in the towel, and Tiffany Stratton is now still the NXT Women's Champion. Honestly, I mean, to be honest, I think we all have to feel bad for Thea, because she came this close from becoming NXT Women's Champion, but it just was not enough because of the fact that Andre Chase threw in the towel. But obviously, she is definitely. I feel like she's owed a rematch. That's just how I see it. I think she's owed a rematch. Do you guys think so? Let me know down in the comments. I'm very curious of what you guys have to say. But we now move on into the main event for the NXT title. It was quite the banger. You guys think that Stand and Deliver was crazy? This match, beyond that. Carmelo Hayes, Ilya Dragunov, probably one of the most back and forth matches we had seen in years. And I think one of the most back and forth matches we had seen in NXT history when it came to the NXT title would have to be the rivalry between Johnny Gargano and Adam Cole, baby. Not just at NXT TakeOver New York, but also at TakeOver 25 and TakeOver Toronto 2, which all three of those matches, absolutely insane. The term Fight Forever lived up to the hype. This match basically did the exact same thing, but the closing moments of the match, Dragunov inadvertently hit Trick Williams with the with Torpedo Moscow, which allowed Carmelo Hayes to hit Dragunov with nothing but net to retain the NXT title. And honestly, guys, I can't wait to see what happens next, because now, as we found out, we've got NXT No Mercy coming up in less than a month. Literally, in less than 2 months. So there's going to be a lot of animosity that's going to be brewing over the next several weeks. I cannot wait. But that brings us to the end of this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you guys smash that thumbs up button. If you guys are new to the channel and you guys want more premium live event predictions and results in the future, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, and follow me on all of my social media. My ads will be in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail. It will also be in the description as well. And on that, this is your boy Nash, signing out.